Chicago Culinary Institute in his pocket. Leaving meant abandoning his aging father to run a failing business alone. The decision was made for him on a freezing Tuesday when Arthur collapsed in the aisles from a heart attack. He needs real rest, the doctor warned. Sitting by the hospital bed, Elias tore up his culinary school letter and threw it away. For 6 months he hauled heavy boxes and managed ledgers, putting his own dreams firmly on hold. But passion doesn't die. It ferments. One evening, desperate for an escape, Elias fired up a cast-iron skillet and began to cook. He didn't notice Arthur watching from the top of the stairs, witnessing a look of pure, unadulterated joy on his son's face that had been missing for years. Later that night, Arthur slid a taped-up piece of paper across the kitchen table. It was the Chicago acceptance letter. "I found it in the trash and called admissions," Arthur said quietly. "You still have your spot." When Elias protested about the store and his father's health, Arthur shook his head. "I built this store to keep you fed, not to be your prison. Don't let your gift rust here. Chicago was a brutal crucible." Elias struggled under screaming head chefs, but his weekly Sunday phone calls home to Arthur kept him going. For his final exam, instead of attempting pretentious fine dining, Elias cooked a modernized Ohio meatloaf, glazed with local blackberries to mimic the coals of a hometown barbecue. The strict head chef tasted it, chewed slowly, and paused. "What is this?" "It's Sunday dinner, chef," Elias replied steadily. "It's home." Elias graduated at the top of his class and quickly rose to become an executive chef in the city. Then the devastating call came. Arthur had suffered another massive attack. He was gone. Standing by the grave in the cold Ohio rain, Elias felt entirely hollow. He had reached the mountaintop, but the man who sacrificed everything to get him, there wasn't around to see it. His sister suggested selling the old hardware store to developers, but Elias refused. Instead, he completely transformed it. 3 years later, the rusty nail bins held vintage wine bottles, and the paint mixing station was a state-of-the-art kitchen. He opened the Anvil, a high-end, farm-to-table restaurant dedicated to his hometown. Thanks for watching.